Hello my friends, this is David Ha'ivri. I am an Israel tour guide. I'm in Jerusalem today doing a new video, and this time I am testing a couple of things. Number one, I'm testing how my phone works as a camera in the dark. So it's a evening time, I'm in Jerusalem. I'm in a neighborhood that is just behind the city hall on the way to Musrara. I don't think that this neighborhood is also part of Musrara, but I should check that out and let you know what I find out. So, Morasha is the Hebrew alternative for the same name, the neighborhood Musrara. And I think that I already did a video in the daytime about Musrara. Let's flip the camera around so you can see what I see. So here you can see that this is Daniel Street in the Musrara neighborhood. See that there are some bigger apartment house type complexes and some large private homes. Very beautiful, and as you can see, it's a really quiet neighborhood, but it's very close to the center of town. The lights ahead of us, there are a couple of buildings ahead of us. One of them is a private residence, but further up there's like a corridor that's lit up. That is part of the city hall at Kekar Safra, at the Safra Square. So we're walking up, really walking up. This is climbing up this street that is called Elisha. This is the Elisha Street, and we're facing south. We're walking up the hill with the Musrara or Morasha neighborhood behind us and still in this area. By the way, regarding public parking, take a look here. In Jerusalem, public parking is marked with blue and white color on the sidewalks, but you need to check the sign. See the sign in front of us? For the rules regarding each different street. So you'll always find a yellow sign like that, blue at the top with the P, and around it is a chet. Chet is Hebrew for Chanaya. And it will tell you the rules for this specific street for parking. So the parking at this place is 3-hour parking, and it's from 8 o'clock in the morning till 6 o'clock in the evening. There are other places, typically not in residential neighborhoods, very closer, more up into the city, that might be 2-hour parking, and from 7 o'clock in the morning till 7 o'clock in the evening. So you need to check the rules. And you pay for the parking at most of these cities in Israel through an app on your phone. There's 2 different apps that you can use for that. The one that I'm using is called Pango, and there's another one called Cellular Park. So you need to download the app to your phone and connect it to your credit card, and then configure your license plate, your car details, and you can save that. And then wherever you are parking, you should be able to log in according to the GPS. This is the menorah, or the Chanukiah. We are celebrating the holiday of Hanukkah now. Today is the 4th day. Each day we add an additional candle. So you see on this one side there are 4 candles, and the candle in the middle is the shamash, is an extra candle for light. But each one of the 4 candles represents the 4 days of Hanukkah, and there are 4 more candlesticks in the menorah to represent all 8 days of Hanukkah. Now we're walking into the Safra Square, and the building we're walking under and the building across from us are all part of the City Hall. And here you can see groups of domestic internal tourism. People come here with a tour guide to learn about the City Hall, the architecture, the City of Jerusalem, the displays of different artwork or photography that are displayed in the Safra Square. And you can see these photographs, this gallery, is part of the Luca project, which honors Holocaust survivors. All of these photographs, all of the individuals in the photographs are Holocaust survivors. You can see this man showing a tattoo with a number that the Nazis tattooed on his arm when he was a child, and his hat from the concentration camps. And each one of these photographs has a detailed description about the individual, and there are, I don't know, tens of different photographs in the Luca project here around the Safra Square. And that is one of the things that is interesting here. This courtyard in the Safra Square has a stage at one end. You can see this huge stage in the middle, and there are public performances that take place here. They could be paid, so they close off the whole area, or they could be free. And as you can see, today we are blessed with rain, so it's all wet. It was raining earlier, and probably be raining some more later on today and the coming days, and that of course is a great blessing. So when we're touring around here in the center of town, you might say, where are the restrooms? And that's important too. And as a tour guide, I take notice of where there are services and facilities. So I want to tell you that we're here at the Safra Square, and you can see the sign, the WC. In Hebrew it says Shirutim, the restrooms. There are stairs that take us down one floor below to the restrooms for men and women. But if the stairs are a problem, right over here there are elevators that can also take us down. You can take one floor down to the restrooms, no steps at all. And there is also parking below. Takes us to the parking as well. Here you can see, you get onto the escalator, you press floor 0, and it takes you down to the restrooms. The restrooms here, the elevator is open from 6:30 in the morning until 7 in the evening. So this is available at those times. And onward on our tour. Oh, just a second. Excuse me, my friends. I had an incoming phone call, but I am back with you, and we are here walking across the Safra Square. Beautiful evening in Jerusalem. I think that the camera's working out well. Towards the Jaffa Street, you can see a piano. From what I've heard, these cement concrete pianos have first been implemented by the city of Jerusalem, which is pretty neat. We can pass by here at other times and see residents and tourists. You can just sit down if you know how to play the piano. Then you are welcome to enjoy this service provided by the city, and it's really neat to see all different people just sitting down and playing the piano. I said it's cement because it's actually made out of concrete. And a knock on it. You hear that? And you can play it. But sadly, I never learned how to play the piano, so I can't. And this caravan is one of the Israeli medical clinics, a service that they're providing for people to get the COVID vaccine. So you can come over here during the day. It's not operating now, but there are vaccines available here. We're walking back towards the city hall, the Safra Square, and we're going to walk past the building towards the Russian compound. Do you see this bicycle? And this booth here, this is a new service that has been implemented in Jerusalem of rent a bike. And there are all different plans. You can, when you're in Jerusalem, if you'd like to bike around, you can download the app and sign up. And they actually have regular bikes and battery operated bikes. So if you want the battery operated, you can choose either one. It's a little more expensive to rent the battery operated one, but in all it's a great service. And here we have the Russian compound. This is the Russian church and the monastery that a good part of it is rented by the government of Israel as and used as a courthouse for the local court in Jerusalem. And this road or alleyway passing by the Russian monastery is not, many might overlook this because it's not the most central or needed path for people, aside from people who work here in the city, but I'm pretty sure that it's opened on the end and we can walk from here to Jaffa Street. Then we'll walk up a bit on Jaffa Street and enjoy the evening in the center of the city of Jerusalem. This building ahead of us, I've spoken about this building in other video tours, is the post office. Is the central post office on Jaffa Street. It was built in the 1920s or 30s during the British Mandate. And I pointed out in the past, you see the lower section of the wall is a dark colored stone. That's a type of a bazelit that is not found in Jerusalem, but is used by architects to beautify a building. So the white stone is a limestone that is natural to Jerusalem. So it's common that buildings in Jerusalem are covered with the white limestone, the gear, Evan gear. But the addition of the darker colored stone gives a special effect and more of a wealth to the building. You can see that both types of stone are carved in the same fashion, and that's pretty beautiful. And the floor, the stones here on the floor of Jaffa Street that were redone a couple of years ago when the light rail was brought in, the stones on the floor are also a dark colored stone, possibly also a bazelit, a volcanic type of stone that is found in the Golan, in the northern area of Israel, near the Syrian border. In Israel, we all celebrate the rain, and people are very happy that it rains because it's so dry here. And the rain has started this year very late. So we've been waiting for so long for the rain. And here we see the light train coming through. And there is a breaking news regarding the light train. Let's let the train pass and I'll tell you about it. There are most public transportation in Israel has centralized apps that you can pay for your tickets using the apps on your phone. Most of the public transportation no longer has cash options, but you can pay with an app. And the breaking news regarding the train is that up until today, you needed to use an electronic card or buy a ticket from the ticket machines at the train stations the for riding the train in the light train in Jerusalem, and the apps did not cover the light train. So that was a bit annoying because you can, if you've got the phone and you've got the app, then it just makes it so much easier. And you also get a discount if you have a number of rides over the course of the day or over the course of the month, so you might be paying less. But up until today, the train in Jerusalem was not connected to the apps on your phone, and now it is connected. I use an app called Move It that also its main function is helping plan your rides on public transportation. So it has like a GPS and a Google Map type of thing, and you can write where you are and where you want to go, and it can give you a plan or a number of plans on how to get there using public transportation. And then a few months ago, it it embedded the payment system where you could also get on a public transportation and scan the barcode on the bus, say, or on the train, and pay your pass on the app. But that was not available on the light train in Jerusalem. And now, just yesterday, that was added on. So that's really neat. I hope that you are enjoying this tour in Jerusalem. Um, and I look forward to hearing your feedback. So write any questions or any comments in the comment section. Okay, my friends, that's it for our short tour in Jerusalem today. I hope that you are enjoying this, and I look forward to hearing from you. So please do write in the comment section any questions about the tours in Jerusalem, and feel free to reach out to me if you would like me to lead your tour here in Jerusalem. Be well. Shalom.